Android users, isock here, and in this video I'll be showing you how to flash the Gn0m Project ROM using MultiBoot. What are its main features and how does it perform? And I'll be showing you my personal setup of this ROM. So to be able to multi-boot ROMs, you should have the modded TWRP recovery and flash the multiboot.zip package. Both of them are linked in the description. So go to install, go to upper level, and flash the multiboot.zip. After flashing the multiboot.zip, just go to advanced, go to multi-ROM, and click add ROM. Android should be checked, and share kernel also should be checked, but I choose not to share the kernel. If you want, you can choose not to. Click next, click zip file, and choose the Gn0m Mach2. When it's done, reboot your phone. Now we see the multi-boot screen listing all your installed ROMs. We're going to boot the Gn0m Project Mach2. First boot can take a while since cache and Dalvik cache are both wiped. So we can't judge how fast it is, we will judge it on the second boot. Now that we got our ROM booted, we can look at the settings this ROM gives us for performance and customizations. Taking the first impression into consideration, this ROM is just a stock, unmodified ROM. It has the stock look and the stock kernel. But when looking at the settings, we can confirm two things. The ROM is pre-rooted with the SuperSU built into it, and it has Xposed framework also built into it. So this ROM not only allows for customizations, but gives you the opportunity to remove the customizations you don't want, unlike most custom ROMs. We can have a blurred idea about how it performs by doing a benchmark. So let's go ahead and download AnTuTu benchmark app and test. So now I've got the AnTuTu benchmark app ready. So the Nexus 4 using this ROM got 16,500 points. So now we know how well it performs, but we should always keep in mind that this is running on the stock kernel without any CPU controlling app. Now to test how fast it can boot, we should reboot into recovery and set up multi-boot to boot very fast. Go to advanced, multi-ROM, settings, configure auto boot. You should have auto boot enabled, pick Gn0m Mach2 and set this to 1 second. Hit save, and then reboot. That's 24 seconds. It's very fast for a ROM. Now I'm gonna show you what this ROM's main target is by showing you my personal setup of this ROM. So let's reboot and boot up my internal customized Gn0m project. Now on the lock screen, when the lock screen widget is expanded, we can see the Nexus X logo on the bottom. And when I unlock it, we can directly see that the navbar icon color is blue, it's actually cyan. When pulling the status bar from the left, I can see the status panel. And when I pull it from the right, I can see the quick settings tiles. I have modified and added and removed some tiles. I also have Nova Launcher installed, which gives me great performance while swiping through the screens. Going to settings, you can see that the divider line between each button is cyan instead of gray. I also have the option to remove the navbar when gaming using the expanded desktop QuickTile, which removes the navbar and switches to Pi control. The modules I'm using to get these kind of customizations and options are in the list of installed modules in Settings Xposed Framework Modules. You can see that I'm using a lot of modules to get this number of features. But if you don't want that many features, you can just install a module or two and get the speed instead. So this is my way of showing you how much the Gn0m project can do. If you need any help, just throw a comment down below and I'll see you next time. When pulling down the status bar from the right, I can see the status panel.
But this is your left.
Give it the camera. When pulling